So let's talk about what's actually in the bill, the changes that the Republicans made and that Democrats and all those folks are up in arms about. So let's look. Number one, absentee ballots now have to have a verified ID. Oh, my gosh. You actually have to have a driver's license or some form of valid ID, Lindsay. This is insane. I see what the left's all up in arms about. I mean, you actually have to show ID. I mean, it's like you want government benefits or you want to get on a plane or you want to have a vaccine passport. All of those things that the government normally has that none of the folks on the left get upset about.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing about this, too, Sean, is the left keeps saying that this is voter suppression. But how do they know if it's voter suppression if you're not requiring an ID to know if these are even voters in the first place if you're not checking an ID?
That's right. I mean, it's amazing that all these other things, they're so concerned about making sure you have an ID for, but not voting. That's the only thing they make an issue of. Why? Why? Why is that the only thing? And you've got to ask yourself that question because it defies common sense. All right, let's go back to the list. Keep going down this thing. Ballot drop boxes are allowed inside early voting locations and available during business hours. Okay, so based on before, they weren't. Now they are. That should please the left, right? Weekend voting expanded for the general election. Oh, more weekend voting. Again, that's something the left should like. Interesting. 4, voting for runoffs reduced to a minimum of 1 week. Okay, that's good. Deadline to request absentee ballots, 11 days before the election. I thought you just said a minute ago it was like 180, so now it's actually giving more people access. And now counties will be required to certify an election within 6 days, which I think, frankly, gives voters more confidence in an election that they know isn't going to get dragged on and has got to actually force these guys not to go home in the middle of the night like they did last time. And 7, the public is prohibited from distributing food or water to voters within 100 feet of the polling locations.